Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. My name is Karen and welcome to our Irish family. Today I want to do like a laundry chat, so folding my laundry, but I also want to chat to you about some questions that I've been getting asked on my trying to conceive videos. So we're trying to conceive baby number 2. We conceived our first baby back in 2015. She was born in 2016. We went through 28 months of infertility to get baby number 1, Ava, and we have been trying to conceive our second baby since 2017. Then I did take a bit of a break for about 6 months or so, and really since 2018 we have been going. We've been trying our hardest to get baby number 2, but in my trying to conceive videos, which I do every Monday, and I will have a list of them below, you can check out if you haven't caught up on any of those. I've been asked 2 main questions. The first one is, how much does it cost for fertility treatment here? How much does it cost me for the treatments that I have been doing? And then the second one is can I notice any differences, or how do I feel between trying to conceive baby number 1 and trying to conceive baby number 2? So I'm going to answer that one first, but I'm also going to try and fold some laundry when I'm doing that, and I have piles of it, like so much. I haven't folded any laundry at all this week, which is pretty bad. So yeah, basically, so when I was trying to conceive Ava, when we were trying to conceive Ava, I felt this all-consuming need to have that baby. For the first few months, obviously you think it's going to happen pretty quickly, because that's how it happens for most people. And once you get past those first 6 months, you start kind of thinking to yourself, hold on, what if there's an issue here? Like, what if there's something wrong with either of us that we will never ever be able to have kids? So you start to kind of panic, and you do lots of things that you weren't doing. You look into it, you start taking ovulation predictor tests, you start like timing your intercourse. I started taking my temperature every day, and then I was at that stage that I noticed that I wasn't ovulating every single month, that my cycles were extremely long, and because I was watching other people on YouTube also on this trying to conceive journey, I noticed those things stood out for me. So I went to the doctor. Long story short, I got diagnosed with PCOS. So when I got that diagnosis, I just thought, well, that's it, I'm never ever going to be able to have kids now. This is ridiculous. I obviously have some weight on, so they say to lose some weight, so I went on that kind of train of trying to lose weight. But I just felt this all-consuming need to have a baby. I would look at babies and want them. I would just think about babies constantly, and that really affected me on my day-to-day things that I was doing, and all my thoughts were consumed by having a baby, needing a baby, which is different this time around because I have a child. It is easier for me because I already have a child, but I still do have bouts of that need where I'm like, I just want to have a baby. Why is this happening? Why can't we just have a baby? Like, everybody else can have a baby. This is so frustrating and annoying. So I have bouts of that, but it's like way less than the first time around, because as I said, the first time around it was like a constant thought in the back of my head that we were never ever going to be able to have kids, that because I had PCOS and because I had too much weight, like I was just hindering everything. And the more I tried to lose weight, in actual fact I put on more weight, which is like which is the thing with PCOS, by the way, is that we find it extremely hard to lose weight, but all we have to do is look at a cake and we've gained 10 pounds. So yeah. So yeah, that is one of the main differences. I don't have that deep-seated need to have a baby because I already have a baby. So that is one of the first things that definitely sticks out to me, and the main thing really. I'm not all consumed with it because I have other things to do. I have Ava. You know, having that first baby really helps. It also kind of helps in a way that she's 3 now, and I'm like, do I want to enter that stage of life again where I'm not going to be able to have any sleep because the baby will want to be awake all night, and middle of the night feeds, and that good 20 to 24 months of not sleeping at night the whole way through. We're at a stage now where Ava pretty much sleeps the whole way through, which is great. But do I want to enter back into the stage where I won't get to sleep the whole night through? Because there will be a little baby beside me that wants to wake up and be awake and be hungry, and you go back to those times where you're just falling asleep because you're so tired because you didn't get to sleep the whole night, but the baby sleeps the whole day, and you can't. Well, I won't be able to, because of the fact that I have a 3-year-old or a 4-year-old or whatever age Ava will be when I have a baby, you know. So those are kind of thoughts that come into my head now. So that is majorly different than the first thing, because obviously the first time I didn't have anything to compare it to. I just wanted that baby, and I was doing everything in my power to get it. Obviously this time it's the exact same. We're doing everything in our power to get it. The first time we got pregnant with IUI, and this time we haven't been successful with the 2 IUIs that we have completed. So I now have a desperation of, why isn't it working like it worked the first time? We were doing pretty much everything the same. There is slight variances in how I'm acting different, or how I'm not doing some of the stuff that we did on that cycle, or I use slightly different medication. Is that a big thing? So I have those kind of thoughts, and then I see another thing now that obviously I wouldn't have had the first time because we didn't have Ava, is that I want her to have a sibling. She loves other kids. She loves playing with other kids. When she sees a baby, she's oohing and eyeing and walking over to it, even if it's a stranger in the street. She wants to go over, looking at the baby, like, you know, practically like hug and kiss the baby. And I want her to have a sibling that she can do that to. Obviously, I realize now at this stage there's going to be probably 4 years between Ava and the sibling, and that comes with its own hardships through life, because my brother is 5 years younger than me and my sister is 10 years younger than me, and at every stage of our life I felt like we were on different paths. Only now that we're all getting a little bit older is where I'm kind of like, you know, we have more of common interests. So yeah, those are the main ones that I can think, that I want Ava to have a sibling, because you can see by her that she wants to have it. I don't inside me have that deep-seated need, like that I'm not going to be complete in my life if I don't have a second child. I don't have that, because I have one child. I don't want her to be an only child. I want her to have a sibling, and I want a second baby, but it's not my need. I'm probably not saying the right words, but my need for a second baby aren't as strong as when I had no baby. Now, don't get me wrong, I still really, 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 really want a second baby. But compared to when I had no baby, I don't have that same feeling about it. Yeah, so those are the main differences that I can think of. I'm sure there are lots more, but I just can't think of it right now. And the second and the main question I get about on my trying to conceive videos is how much it costs. So something that I want to just point out here is I'm in Ireland. The fertility clinic I go to, this is how much they charge me. I'm not going to tell you the name of that fertility clinic. Some of you already know what it is, because you are from Ireland and you kind of would have guessed just because there's not really that many options, where I'm going and all that sort of stuff. But everyone's journey is different, and this is, remember, our second time around to do this, so we had a lot more information this time. I had a lot more kind of like insider knowledge this time around, so we reduced our costs a little bit. I'm actually thinking about doing a video on fertility clinics in Ireland, and just kind of like, I think I have like 3 or 4 tips that I can give people on how they can save money in the long run for themselves with treatments and stuff. So I think I'm going to be doing a video on that. If I don't do a video, I'm definitely going to be doing a blog post on it, because I think that these things are stuff that we all need to know, how we can save money, because fertility treatments are expensive. So, right, I'm going to read off, I wrote down my costs. I went through my receipts and that sort of stuff. So remember, we have done 2 IUIs so far. So when you go and you contact the clinic, you have to pay an initial consultation fee. That's when you go and see the consultant. You have to see the consultant who will set out your treatment plan for you. So that's 160 euros. So because we have already been at the clinic before, we didn't have to pay that. But for you as a person walking in, getting new treatment or a new referral to the clinic, it will be 160 euros. From that consultation with the consultant, he will set out what he wants you to do, so what blood tests he wants you to do and what your treatment plan is. So basically, if you've gone there and it's your first time ever at a fertility clinic, they will want to do blood work on you, and basically that's like for your LH, your FSH, your thyroid, and your testosterone, all those sorts of things. So each of those have a specific cost. So for your FSH, it would be 25 euro. For your LH, it's 25 euro. For your cholesterol, it's 10 euros. For your AMH, which is one that they will definitely want to do, which is your ovarian reserve, that's 80 euro at the clinic. But for me, I paid 20 euros because I got all of my blood work done. I went to my GP and my own private family doctor, and I said that I need fertility bloods done, and they checked all of those levels, and this was like 2 weeks before my appointment at the fertility clinic. I paid 20 euros, and the reason I paid 20 euros was because in Ireland we have medical cards here, or we have GP visit cards. So it's based on your income and your means tested and all that sort of stuff. So basically myself, Robert and Ava, we have GP visit cards, which means that we get to visit the doctor, our own GP, for free. So I had to pay 20 euro for my bloods, and that's what I paid, 20 euros, and I got all my blood work done, compared to up to 100 euros or more at the fertility clinic. So that would be a big tip of mine. If you're in Ireland, go to your GP and ask them to do fertility bloods on you with your LH, testosterone, your AMH, all of those levels that they need to know hormonally, your ovarian reserve, all that sort of stuff, your cholesterol, your glucose, all those things. Ask them to do that, and it'll be a whole lot cheaper. If you don't have a GP visit card, you'll pay the cost of visiting your GP, which is like 50 or 60 euros. So that is still way cheaper than doing it at the clinic. So yeah, so that was one thing that they'd ask you to do. They'll ask you to get all of those hormone levels tested and your ovarian reserve to see where you're standing and if you're a good candidate for fertility treatments. Then your partner, if you're going with a male partner, will have to do a semen analysis. So Robert went and did a semen analysis, and that was 120 euros. Myself and Robert needed to get something done called EU blood virals, and that's 150 euro each, or 300 euros for the two of us to get that done, to check whether we have like hepatitis, HIV and those things, and they are valid for 2 years. So when you get them done, you have 90 days between the time and until treatment. Sorry, my camera's doing something silly. So you have 90 days to use them, and once you have used them in that 90-day time frame, they are valid for 2 years. So far we have bloods, like for the woman getting the treatment, so like your hormone levels and your ovarian reserve. Mine cost 20 euros. Semen analysis for your partner, 120 euros, and 2 sets of EU blood vials, which were 300 euros. So that's before you get any treatment done at all. So 3, 4, 5, about 600 euros if you have to pay for your consultation already before you do any treatment. So my my treatment plan was IUIs. So IUIs cost 850 euros. So that includes the follicle tracking, so all of the scans that you get done to track your follicle size, and then when they do the IUI, it costs 400 euros. So 450 euro for all the scans and 400 euros for your IUI, coming to 850 euros. So your doctor will have prescribed you some medication. Here in Ireland, we have a drug payment scheme, and if you're doing any fertility treatments, I advise you to sign up for that. They'll tell you in the clinic anyways to get that. Basically, because if you don't have that, it's going to cost you hundreds for your drugs. But if you have the drug payment scheme card, it's going to cost you 134 euros. So I got my Gonal-F, my Citroid, my Crinin gel, my metformin, folic acid, all those sorts of things that I needed for 134 euro a month. And if I didn't have that, it will cost me hundreds, because each of my medications costs more than the 134 euro because they're high tech, or I think they call them high tech medications. So yeah, basically the sums add up as so, because I probably confused everybody. So basically for our first IUI, because we had to get all our blood work and semen analysis done, it cost 1,424 euros. And then the second IUI, we didn't need bloods, we didn't need semen analysis, we just needed the IUI with the follicle tracking, and the actual IUI in the day was 850 euros. And what worked out, and why I didn't have to pay the 134 euro for the medication, is because it was the same month. In the month of February, I started a cycle, and I also finished a cycle, and I restarted. So basically I've started 2 cycles in February because that's just the way it happened, and so I didn't have to pay 134 euro because I already had paid it earlier in the month. So I got all my medication for free for my second IUI. So basically IUI 1, 1,424, IUI 2 is 850 euros, meaning that we've paid so far 2,274 euros to the fertility clinic. For our third IUI, whenever we do that, it's going to be 984, and that is the follicle tracking, the IUI, and the medication that we need to complete all of that. 984 euros is what's gonna be cost. So I hope that's helped people a little bit. As I said, I got lots and lots of questions about how much it costs, and this is just the cost at my clinic, and that's just the way that we have done it. But that is it. As you can see, I abandoned my folding of the clothes, which I'm just gonna have to do after my video, but I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions at all, please do leave them down in the description. I would love if you follow me on Instagram. Karen H Ireland is my username there. I do have different content than what I have on YouTube, so I kind of gave a little bit more in-depth into a couple of things. I do Instagram stories, I do mini reviews that I don't even talk about here on YouTube, so I'd love if you could follow me there, Karen H Ireland. That's it guys, thanks so much for watching. Give it a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it, subscribe if you are new, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye bye.